Good morning, girls. Today we are going to see about if statement in Python. So when you consider your if statement, intention is very important. So intention means you have to give some space before executing any statement. Okay, we know that already. So Python relies on intention, that is white space at the beginning of a line, to define a scope in the code. Other programming language often use curly braces for this purpose. That is, if you want to execute any statement under any condition, we need to give space. That space is called as intention. Okay, so when you want to execute a statement to be executed when a condition is true, means you have to specify the intention. Okay, so consider this example: a is equal to 33, b is equal to 200. We are checking whether b is greater than a. Actually the condition is true. Okay, if the condition is true, we have to print what we need to print: b is greater than a. Since we are not giving space, that is, we are not indenting the statement, it will give an error message. If you want the statement to be executed properly, we have to indent it. If b greater than a, we have to give some space, that is indentation, and then we have to give print b is greater than a. Otherwise it is gives an error message. Okay, so it is a simple if. So we are just using a condition. If this condition is true, the statement under that condition will be going to execute. Okay, so we are also having else statement in if. Okay, so else means if the condition is true, means what statement is going to execute. Okay, so say for example, for this purpose we are going to use the else keyword. Okay, to catch anything which is not caught by a preceding condition. So consider this example: a is equal to 200, b is equal to 33. We are checking whether b is greater than a. If this condition is true, see, we are indenting the statement. Okay, if this condition is true, what is going to print b is greater than a. Else, if this condition becomes false, what we are going to do? It is going to check the next condition, that is elif a is equal to b, whether the a value is equal to b value. If this condition is true, the statement under this condition will be going to executed. If it is also not going to true, that is, if it is also false, means it will finally come through the else statement. What it is going to print a is greater than b. Okay, so this is using elif and else. It is checks. So in the first example, we are having only one condition. If this condition is true, that particular statement will be going to execute. Otherwise no statement is going to execute. In this also, since we are not indented, it will give an error message. So second one, it will uses many conditions. Okay, so if first condition is true, that particular statement will be executed. Else if next condition, if that condition is true, that particular statement will be executed. Else, if no more condition, all the conditions are false, means it will come to the else part and execute the last statement. So in this example, if a value is 200 and b value is 33, first condition is what? 33 greater than 200. Condition is false, so it will come to the next condition, elif whether a is equal to b, that is 200 is equal to 33, that is also false, so it will come to the next part, else there is no condition. Finally it will execute this statement. What statement? Print a greater than b. So we got the output: a is greater than b. So the last one is elif. So elif keyword in Python, way of saying if the previous condition were not true, that is, we are going to use multiple condition, means we can use the elif statement. Okay, so a value, b value, if condition, it will execute that statement. Elif next condition, it will if the condition is false, means it will go to the next part. So in this example, a is equal to b. So a is also 33, b is also 33. It will check the first condition, it is false, so it will come to the next part. A is equal to b, it is true, so the output is a and b are equal. Okay, so in this example, a is greater than b, so the first condition is not true. Also the elif condition is not true, so we go to the else condition and print the screen that A is greater than B. You can also have a else without an else if. So in the previous we are having the elif, we can, without else if also we can use the else statement also. So what is the main purpose? So it will check the condition. If the condition is true means it will execute that particular statement. So if the condition is false means it will keep on moving to the next condition. If the particular condition is true, that statement will be executed. If no condition is true means finally it will execute the statement at the under the else statement. Okay, thank you now.